Hello, my name is Jon Armstrong and I am a game designer on EA SPORTS WRC as well as a real-world rally driver and current ERC3 champion. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Moments feature in EA SPORTS WRC, which lets players drive through some of the most famous moments in WRC's 50-year history. So you might be wondering, what are moments? And it's our new mode for EA Sports WRC, where we put the player in the shoes of the most famous drivers in history of WRC, try to replicate what those drivers did, see if they can get through a tricky situation. But we also have some inspired moments as well, which are ones that we thought would be really cool to put together. So building upon our rich history in rally game development and Dirt Rally 2.0, we had the Colin McRae expansion pack, which went down really well, and we also had our daily challenges, and we've sort of combined those two elements together into this new feature where players can rewrite that history of the WRC, and that's something we really wanted to tap into now that we have the official WRC license. From the main menu you'll see Moments, and you can navigate across there and click in. Once you go into Moments, you'll be greeted by a large carousel of different moments to choose from, and you've also got the option to filter through the different moments to find the one that you really want to take part in. You can filter by vehicle class, location, and the medal that you've already earned. And this is a really good way to find the challenge that you want. So let's get into the action, and we're going to be taking a look on a moment that is actually based on my rally career, and it's Rally Sweden 2022 when I come back from a big accident. So let's take a look. So once clicking on the moment, you'll see on the bottom right you can actually watch a short video which is from that real world event and really puts you in the zone for the upcoming challenge. In my case, it's based on a big crash I had in Rally Sweden 2020, and then 2 years later I actually come back with a four-wheel drive version of the Ford Fiesta, and I won. It was my first time coming back after that crash on snowy roads, so it was a big achievement, and you can try and achieve that as well. Finally, before we go into the gameplay, you can take a look at the objective list, and this tells you what your objective is for the moment, and that could be anything from finish in a particular position, beat a particular time, get through without any damage, and also you'll see that you'll have different medals to aim for. So you'll have a bronze, a silver, and a gold. But if you're super competitive, we've also got leaderboards for every moment, so you can really challenge yourself against the world's best. So here we are on the start line, and we're going to start the countdown by pulling the handbrake and also putting the clutch in. So we're waiting for the lights to go out, and this is one of the moments that you feel really anxious before going into the stage. And off we go. And of course, being anxious was something that I felt going back into Rally Sweden after I had that big crash. I felt really anxious, not knowing how I was going to do. Would I be able to go as fast as I should do after that sort of crash? But thankfully, quite quickly, we were able to get a good feeling and rhythm with the car, and that's something you can really feel whilst playing through this moment, is just the feedback that you have from the studded tyres gripping into the surface, all of the force feedback through the wheel, but also on controller, the amount of feedback you get is really insane as well, and just really makes everything feel alive and intuitive as well. Coming back from the big crash we had 2 years previous, it was the first time driving on the snow surface again, and it's quite difficult because you actually have just as much grip as you do on gravel, but slightly more because of the studded tyres. So you really have to push almost beyond the limits to get the times. We're really starting to push. 5 left coming down to the finish. There we go. That's a run through my moment in Sweden 2022. Trying to chase down that win, and hopefully we've got first place on this particular stage. We got the gold, which is perfect. Achieved the ultimate reward, and yeah, really cool stage. Definitely puts me back and into that moment of feeling what it was like to chase the win, going up against almost my own fear of that event and what happened previously to take the win was really cool, and yeah, this lets me relive it. So that was a look at a moment based on me, but now let's take a look at something a little bit different. And we have 78 cars in game covering pretty much every era of rallying. So the historic cars in particular really are suited to moments. And one that really comes to mind for me and one of my heroes is Colin McRae in Rally Finland 1992. It was one of those events that he became famous for because I think he had a crash in testing. He had a crash 2 or 3 times on the rally, but he still went on to finish in the top 10. And it was just pretty insane that his Subaru legacy withstood all that punishment, and he was still able to drive flat out throughout. One of the really cool things that we can do in moments is apply damage that you would have seen to the real car for that moment. And as you can see on screen, we've got a pretty battered up looking legacy, Group A legacy that Colin McRae drove. It's covered in dirt as well, and yeah, you can tell it's been through the wars, so you'll definitely feel that mechanically the car is not 100% either, but that's part of the challenge, to get through with that damage and try to set the best time you can. So we're in the Subaru Legacy Group A car, 4-wheel drive, one of my favourite cars, and a car that made Colin so famous. And I can just see to the left side that my door is starting to swing already, which yeah, it shouldn't really be doing, but thanks to the damage we have, it is. And it's just such a mode that puts you in the shoes of your heroes. Like I said, Colin was someone that I really looked up to, and to be able to relive what I think is probably his most famous, over the big jump, his most famous rally at the start of his career, where he really showed his pace and determination to get a good result on arguably one of the most difficult events on the WRC calendar. The Subaru, for sure, I can feel it's just not driving quite perfectly. Can't put my finger on it, you know, it's what the problem is, but for sure the tracking is a little bit out, and yeah, you can really feel, compared to the Rally 3 Fiesta, which we drove previously, this car, it has more power, but in terms of mechanical grip, as my door just flew off, it just yeeted out of the way. But yeah, we can feel that even though it has more power, you know, mechanical grip is a little bit less. You can really get this car sliding around. But on this finish stage, also over the jumps, it flies not too bad, but a little bit more landing on the nose, and that's because of the aerodynamics. This car doesn't have a rear spoiler, but I'm not sure it would have had a rear spoiler at this point of the event anyway, the way Colin was driving. But yeah, that's something that we simulate really well, is the aerodynamics of each and every car. Another thing to always remember in rally is the use of the handbrake, and it's a really important tool in rallying, because especially on tight corners such as this square corner we're coming to now, it's really hard to navigate by just braking with your foot brake and turning in. It's going to be much slower and much more difficult, but a quick and precise pull of the handbrake can lock the rear and just rotate the car really nicely like that over the finish, over the crest, and that was a pretty good run. I think the funniest part was that the door just decided to fly off, because as we seen at the start of the stage, it was a bit loose, and then it eventually just rattled loose and fell off. But we've done a 2:30.5. Let's see if we manage to get the gold on this one. That's another gold. Yes, that's what we like to see. And yeah, we were quite a bit ahead actually of the target. But as I said, you know, the bronze, the silver, and the gold, we made sure that they're balanced for all players, and it's something for everyone to enjoy these historical moments and relive them yourself. So that was a quick look at just 2 out of hundreds of moments that are going to be in EA Sports WRC. So yeah, make sure to check out the mode if you haven't picked up the game yet. Make sure to do that. I'm sure you'll definitely enjoy it just as much as I have today. And yeah, there's loads of content to get stuck in. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.